on Cooking with your girl, Chef Lorious. Today, we are making a cream cheese pound cake with salted caramel sauce. You do not want to miss this one. Let's cook. Hey guys, so the ingredients for this cake are pretty basic. We've got butter, obviously we've got cream cheese, a whole lot of sugar. It's a cake, okay? Cakes need sugar. I was gonna say sugars need cake, but well, that's true too. Cake flour, eggs, and vanilla. That's about it. All right, so let's jump right in. I've got my stand mixer here ready to go. I'm gonna start with our butter, which is already softened to about room temperature, okay? And I'm gonna add the cream cheese with it at the same time, okay? I'm going to put these two together. Oh, look at that, my little bowl is excited. We're going to cream these until they're nice and smooth. Okay, now this is the base of our cake. Make sure you have a spatula handy because you want to keep scraping down these sides and getting all this good stuff out as you go because you want all of it in the cake. Leave no man behind, okay? Now, to this we're going to add our sugar. And yes, it's a lot of sugar. It's a cake. I only have to say that because what ends up happening is I get these notes of, oh, Lori, it's just too much sugar. Did you see cake in the description? Okay. So add sugar in here. We're going to cream these together. Start slow so they can incorporate and you don't have a sugar mess everywhere first. And then we'll pick it up. Okay, open it. Remember, using our handy spatula, make sure we're scraping down these sides as we go along. I think this is one of my favorite pound cakes. I like pound cakes because they're very forgiving. A little too much sugar, not quite enough sugar. It all comes out in the end. There we go. Next, what we're going to do is add our eggs, okay? Now, this cake is going to require 6 eggs. It's important when you're making cakes that you add your eggs one at a time and allow each egg to incorporate completely before you add the next one, okay? So I'm going to start by adding 1, and I'm going to get it going. Halfway through, going to stop, scrape the sides down, like I told you, see? There we go. Put that there. Okay, we've already got 3 eggs in there. And 4. Really incorporate it. And here's the last one, 6. Okay. Going to add the vanilla. And if you wanted to get creative with the flavor of the cake, this is your opportunity. You can really use any extract you want. I think vanilla works best, especially because we're going to put a caramel glaze on this. Okay. Now let's take a look at this. This is where we want to make sure that this portion of our mixture is nice and smooth, because once we start to add the flour into this, we're using cake flour, you don't want to over mix it with the cake flour, because if you over mix the cake flour, your cake is not going to be light like you want it to be. It's going to develop too much gluten, it's going to be thick and dense, okay? So make sure this portion of your mixture is nice and smooth, because we're not developing any gluten right now. We're just mixing up stuff. Alright, so you see how I scrape this down, go under the bottom, make sure you get it. If you have a stand mixer, you know a lot of times there can be some stuff at the bottom. Just going under there, getting it all up. Give this a scrape. And I'm going to give this one more twirl. A twirl on it. Okay, and I'm going to start adding my cake flour. All right, And I've got about 3 cups of cake flour here, and I'm gonna add about a half a cup or so at a time, and I'm just going to incorporate it before I add the next bit. There's a lot of stop and start because I don't want flour everywhere. I happen to like this shirt, and I don't wanna have it, I'm not trying to make it a white speckle shirt. Okay, so I'm gonna start here. About, I had just under a half a cup. Like that. Okay. You see how I'm slowly turning it? Really just letting it stir to incorporate that flour. Yes, just like that. Yeah, this is slowly incorporating, but I'm not overwhelming the cake. You certainly can do a whole cup at a time, however you want to. The point is to not overwhelm it with all of the flour at once. So I am going a little slower than I normally go because I want you to see how you actually make a cake. That. Now before I finish this final incorporation, okay, of this flour, I'm going to stop, scrape down the sides here like we talked about, make sure I've got everything in here, all around like I want it, just like that, okay? One last scrape, make sure there's, just want to get as much as you can in there, you know what I mean? There we go. Okay, let's give this one last nice spin till everything's incorporated, and then we'll stop. And there we go. We folded it in. That's all we need. Now, I'm using a bundt cake pan today. You guys know I love that movie about the bundt, A Big Fat Greek Wedding. I have sprayed this pan very well with baking spray. You can always do regular shortening and flour. I don't have time for that. I never like doing that. So, I don't. But anyway, you do you. All right, we're going to take this cake batter now that we have mixed together very nicely. You know, y'all want to taste the batter, and you know I want to taste the batter, and I'm going to. But I'm going to first take this over here, and my kids are not home. Mommy time. And I'm just going to get a little knife here and just... That's a good cake. I'm not going to put this in there. This part. Yes, I know there are uncooked eggs in there. I know. I know. I grew up in the 70s. Nothing could take us out. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pour this batter in. Just like so. Go around nice and gentle with it. Okay, sorry for getting the back end, guys. Can't see there. Okay. Get all this in there. It's okay if the cake cooks up real high. Nobody has ever complained that there was too much cake. Unless it's nasty cake. My cakes aren't nasty, so you never have too much more of my cakes. Here we go. Okay. Because I have coots, I'm going to stop right here. Now, after you get this cake batter in the pan that has been very well sprayed, you want to take it, give it a shimmy. Give it a shimmy shake. So you smooth it out, make sure everything's even. That's how you want it to cook nice and even. Alright? Any little pockets you have, do that. One more shimmy. Going to put this in the oven. Give it time to bake. This is going to take about an hour 15 to an hour and a half. Okay? It depends on your oven, how hot your oven is. You want to make sure it's done though. Alright? Let's put this in the oven. 325, and we'll come back. Well, I'll come back in a little over an hour. You'll think it's 5 seconds. All right, guys, while our cake is in the oven, we're gonna make our salted caramel sauce. Now, we're gonna make real salted caramel, okay? So we're gonna start with white sugar. Now, I'm using a light bottom pan, okay? Because I wanna watch it change colors, okay? The key to when you're making caramel is it's gonna turn to a really beautiful amber color, and you wanna see that happening. So if you use a dark pan, you really can't see what's happening, and you won't quite know when it's done. There are ways to work around that, but you know what? Let's just go with this route, okay? So I'm putting in a cup of sugar. I've got this on medium-high heat, and you're thinking, what's supposed to happen? Well, the sugar's actually going to melt, okay? So let's just give it time. This is a process, and let's let it do what it does. Some recipes will say, don't touch the sugar. Just let it sit and do its thing. Others say continue stirring. I like to continue stirring because I just need to be doing something with my hands. You know what I'm saying? But you can let it sit still, but I like to do stuff. That's that. The Kool-Aid man is salted caramel. Oh man, that's good. That's what you do, guys, while you're waiting for it. You just tic-tac-toe. Make sure you don't lose. Okay, guys, you see how this is now starting to melt? It takes a while, I'm telling you. Keep your temperature around medium-high. You could be tempted to turn it all the way up to make it happen faster, but don't, because this is going to get very, very hot. Medium-high is already hot enough, so don't make matters worse by putting it on high and then have it start popping. See how this is coming together? It's turning into a nice light brown color. We're going to keep going until it gets to a beautiful amber. This is coming. This is beautiful. I'm lifting it off the heat just a little bit because I don't want my sugar to burn. Okay? That's okay if you have a couple little ones in there. We'll get that out. Don't worry about that. All right, I'm going to turn my heat off, and I'm going to move this off of the heat because I don't want it to burn. Now I'm going to add in my butter, okay? You're going to add butter, and you want, see how that butter's kind of doing that thing with it? That's what it does, okay? And keep stirring as your butter melts. See that? Let this butter melt all the way. Just keep stirring, and we are off the heat. Now, if it needs a little more heat because the butter won't melt, you can sit it on like this with the stove off just to get a little hit of heat to it, but don't turn your stove back on because it will burn. See how I got it just a little warm with the residual heat on that stove top, and then I took it off, okay? See that? Next, what we're going to do, make sure this is all together. Like that. I'm going to switch to a whisk now, and I'm getting ready to add in my heavy cream. Be careful moving this. Very hot. Okay. And here I've got a little bit of heavy cream, and I'm going to slowly add this heavy cream. And it's important, this is a heavy cream task, okay? Add a little at a time, whisking as you go. See this? There we go. It's coming together. Okay, some more cream. There we go. And you want to use anywhere between a quarter of a cup and a half of a cup, depending on how thick you want it and how it comes together. Now, as you make it though, just remember, when you're done and it sits, it's going to thicken. As it cools, it's going to thicken. So you don't want to initially have it so thick that you kind of can't even tell that it's really caramel, because it's just going to become hard then, okay? So you see this? See that? Caramel, look at that. How beautiful that is. See that? Okay. You will have a little crystallization on the sides. That's okay. Okay. Just like so. Now we want to give a little dimension to this flavor. So we're going to take a little bit of sea salt here. Okay, you want to take about a quarter to a half of a teaspoon. You don't need a ton. Okay? And I'm just going to on the top, just like that, okay? Get a good sea salt for this, a really good one, okay? And how you know it's done is this beautiful consistency that you have here. See that? There's a few sugar crystals in there, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, now we're gonna put this over here, and I'm moving very carefully because I have before had little drips and things while making these kinds of candy products in my kitchen, and things happen real fast. Just trust me on that. Now we're gonna take this, we're gonna pour it here. This is probably too big for it, but that's intentional because like I told you, there's a lot of splattering that can happen with this, and you do not want this to get on your skin, anywhere on your skin. Okay? And you see most of the sugar crystals stayed behind anyway. All right, we'll put that up here, out the way, off the heat, because we don't want it to continue cooking. And, oh, did you guys see that? Just a little drop. Oh Lord, please don't let the kitchen catch on fire. Look at that. Beautiful salted caramel. And as this sits and thickens just a little bit, when our cake comes out of the oven, we'll let it cool, flip it over, and then we will drizzle this salted caramel all over the top of this cream cheese pound cake. And it's, y'all, I'm excited just thinking about it. Don't go anywhere. I'll see you in a few minutes. Well, a few seconds. Well, guys, it has been an hour and 15 minutes for me, 5 seconds for you. And look what's come out of the oven, this beautiful pound cake. Now, how do you know it's done? I like to take a skewer or a knife or something and stick it in, and when it comes out clean, it's done. All right? Doesn't this look amazing? See how nice it rose? I'm excited. And also at the same time, guys, here's that caramel. It's been sitting for about a half hour or so, and look at that. It's gotten nice and thick. Okay, so let's flip this cake. You're gonna let it rest for about 10 minutes, which I've done, okay? And then I'm gonna flip it over just like this. Boom, and let's, are y'all praying? Okay, let me feel it. How's it look, y'all? Woo! I didn't know what was there. No, I knew it would be okay, but I'm just messing with you. But you see how this comes out? Beautiful pound cake, all right? Now I'm gonna move my, notice also, good point, when I took it out of the oven, I put it on top of this. The reason I put it on that is so air could circulate through it so that it wouldn't have a lot of condensation in there and just kind of sweat and mess up the texture, okay? Just a little point. All right, now that our cake is out, look at how beautiful it is and firm. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, but I have to wait a little bit. I need to make sure that the cake is cool enough because you see how that caramel thickened up on it for us, just like we wanted it to? See that? We're gonna end up doing, let's just make sure it's not, yeah, see, because the cake, if the cake is too hot, it'll melt the caramel. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there in case we need it to spread. And here we go. That caramel sauce. Oh my God, you guys. I'm just going back over it since I have some more left. Oh, wow. Is that not beautiful? Just looking at it, it looks like it tastes good. Oh, I messed up my design. I got excited. Oh, look at that. Is that not beautiful? Well, since it's good, I'm going to take it. Lord Jesus. Thank you. This make you want to go to church. You hear church music. Okay, y'all. Here we go. We're going to cut this puppy open and dig in. All right, guys, let's give this baby a cut. I put a little powdered sugar on there as well. Oh, she just cut some. She's nice and light and spongy. Oh, come on, baby girl. Get you out of here. Get you out of here. Oh, she's still warm. She's still warm. Oh, I love warm cakes. You see how the caramel went into the cake? So the flavor of the caramel is in there. Wow. That might be one of my best cakes. I'm not making it up. That thing right there. That's what my girlfriend said. That thing. One of my girlfriends. Anyway, y'all, this cake is everything. Please make it, and make sure you make the caramel and put it on there because that flavor is going to soak in like you just did. And oh my word. Thank you so much for being with me today. I will see you next time right here back in the Love Lab for more Calabama cooking with your girl, Chef Lorious. Happy cooking.